Chapter 3: Becoming a More Positive Thinker. The law of life is the law of belief. A belief is a thought in your mind. Do not believe in things to harm or hurt you. Believe in the power of your subconscious to heal, inspire, strengthen, and prosper you. According to your belief, it is done unto you. Negatives never accomplish anything. There is no life in a negative, nothing but deterioration, destruction, and death. Negatives are great enemies of success. People who are always talking down everything, who always complain of hard times and bad business, poor health and poverty, attract destructive negative influences and neutralize all of their endeavors. Constructive thought abandons those who are always thinking destructively and using destructive language because they are thinking nothing kindred with the positive, nothing to attract it. The creative principles cannot live in a negative, destructive atmosphere, and not a single achievement can take place there. So, negative people are always on the downgrade, always turning out failures. They lost the power of affirmation and drift unable to get ahead. Negatives rob you of your power. Negatives will paralyze your ambition if you indulge in them. They will poison your life. They will kill your self confidence until you are a victim of your situation instead of a master of it. The power to do is largely a question of self faith, self confidence. No matter what you undertake, you will never do it until you think you can. You will never master it until you first feel the mastery and do the deed in your mind. It must be thought out or it can never be wrought out. It must be a mind accomplishment before it can be a material one. Too many people let fear thoughts, failure thoughts dominate their lives. This leads to settling for non-challenging, dead-end jobs, resulting in mediocre incomes, mediocre lifestyles, and minimum satisfaction in their careers. Even when they have constructive, innovative ideas, they are afraid to suggest them. What's the point? They think. They are sure to be rejected. Men and women with positive attitudes don't settle for being average guys or gals. Fear is replaced with confidence and their career flourish. Be positive in your relationships with others. Be sure that when you hold an evil thought towards another, an unhealthy thought, a discordant thought, a diseased thought, a deadly thought, you call halt about face. Look toward the sunlight. Determine that if you cannot do anything good in the world, you will not scatter seeds of poison, the venom of malice and hatred. On your job and in your life pursuits, always hold kindly thoughts, charitable, magnanimous, loving thoughts toward everybody. Then you will not depress them and hinder, but will scatter sunshine and gladness instead of sadness and shadow, help and encouragement instead of discouragement. When Marisa L. started on her new job, she noted that she was the only African American in the department. She tried to make friends with her coworkers but was rebuffed. Not only did they ignore her, but she felt they went out of their way to make life unpleasant for her. Marisa's first thought was to report this to Human Resources Department as a violation of their equal employment opportunity policy, But after further consideration, she decided to deal with it herself. Instead of taking a defensive position and confronting these women, she chose to take a positive approach. She replaced her resentment with thoughts of understanding their attitude and meditating on how it could be changed. She studied their work habits and went out of her way to share the specialized knowledge for which she had been hired. Over a reality short time, she won the respect and in time the friendship of her co-workers and was accepted as one of the gang. Develop an optimistic attitude. There is no more uplifting habit than that of bearing a helpful attitude, of believing that things are going to turn out well and not ill, that we are going to succeed and not fail, that no matter what may or may not happen, we are going to be happy. To enhance the enjoyment of your job and build relationships that will help you succeed and advance, there is nothing else so helpful as the carrying of this optimistic, expectant attitude, the attitude that always looks for and expects the best, the highest, the happiest, and never allowing oneself to get into a pessimistic, discouraged mood. Believe with all your heart that you will do what you were made to do. Never for an instant harbor a doubt that you will succeed. Drive it out of your mind if it seeks entrance. Entertain only thought friends, ideals of the things you are determined to achieve. Reject all thoughts, enemies, all discouraging moods, everything that would even suggest failure or unhappiness. Ariana Huffington, noted television personality and co-founder of the influential online newspaper Huffington Post, grew up in Greece. When she was a schoolgirl, she saw a photo of Cambridge University in a magazine and made it known to her family and friends that she wanted to go there. Everybody, most notably her father, said it was clearly a ridiculous idea that should be dropped. But her mother bought cheap airline tickets so she and her determined daughter could visit Cambridge in order to better visualize Ariana in school there. They met with no school officials or anything like that while they were there. They just walked in the rain and imagined Ariana already in residence there. 3 years later, Ariana was accepted by Cambridge University on a scholarship. She says her mother gave her the confidence to always try new things and that she got the message early that a positive attitude could overcome obstacles. Over the following years, Ariana's positive attitude enabled her to achieve success in politics, television, and currently as the publisher of her own online newspaper. It does not matter what you are trying to do or to be. Always assume an expectant, hopeful, optimistic attitude regarding it. You will be surprised to see how you will grow in all your faculties and how you improve generally. Two brothers went into business together and were doing fairly well for several years. Then they started to play the futures market and the commodities market and ended up losing everything, including all their business and savings. They owed $50,000 which they were unable to pay and they went bankrupt. One brother who had a very good attitude said, I have lost money. I will make it again and I will go into business again. I have learned a good lesson which will ultimately pay me dividends. I have not lost my faith, my confidence, or my ability to rise and grow. I have much to offer and I am going to be a tremendous success again. He went to work from a brokerage firm and due to his large number of friends, he had no trouble acquiring new accounts for his employer. His brother, however, felt humiliated or disgraced because he had lost everything. He started telling everyone he met about his losses and monotonously repeated the old refrain that it was his broker's fault, seeking justification for his own wrong decisions and errors. His friends began to shun him, and his health was adversely affected by his gloom and despondency. He refused counseling and went on welfare. Here you have two brothers who experienced the same loss. One reacted constructively and the other reacted negatively and with a complete sense of futility. It is not what happens to us individually that matters so much. It is our thought about it, our reaction, which can be constructive or negative. One brother used his imagination wisely, rebuilding in his mind a new pattern, seeing future possibilities, using the wings of faith and imagination for rebuilding a better life. He discovered that success and wealth were in his own mind. Replace negative thoughts with positive thoughts. So when you cohabit with negative thoughts, your life force gets snarled up in your subconscious mind, just as when you put your foot on a ground hose and block the flow of water. The negative emotions that are dammed up in your subconscious then come forth as all manner of diseases, both mental and physical. Cast out negativism, ill will, criticism, and self condemnation, and instead fill your mind with constructive thoughts of harmony, health, peace, joy, and goodwill, and you will transform your life. By thinking constructively based on universal principles, you can change all the negative patterns in your mind and thereafter live a charmed life. To walk the royal road to riches of all kinds, spiritual, mental, material, and financial, you must never place obstacles and impediments in the pathway of others. Neither must you be jealous, envious, or resentful of others. Remember, your thoughts are creative, and whatever you think about another, you are creating in your own life and experience. In many work environments, employees compete with each other for advancement and increased power. Some people are so competitive that they will go to extremes to sabotage rivals for the promotion they seek. Barry G's performance over the years had been superior. He had been praised for his innovations and complimented on the quality of his work. His boss was to retire at the end of the year, and Barry expected to be promoted to his job. However, 6 months ago, Carl R. was transferred into the department. He had been passed over for promotion in his previous assignment and now began a campaign to obtain the promotion in this department. He identified Barry as his chief rival for the promotion and looked for ways to demean him and build up his own chances. At meetings, he'd pooh-pooh Barry's suggestion. He'd go out of his way to get the boss's attention for his activities, and whenever possible, he'd make Barry's work more difficult. Barry seethed with resentment. He had worked hard for years to obtain the promotion, and now Carl was pushing him out. After much thought and discussion with close friends and his pastor, Barry realized that he could not beat a schemer like Carl at his own game. He chose a different path. He would concentrate on his own asset and not on Carl's ploys. He meditated. Carl is a competent worker, his ambition is logical, and he has many assets that are valuable to our department. I am at least equal to him and have proven myself over and over again. I will continue to concentrate on my work and on achieving my goal. Nothing